Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Bringing in a new star to play alongside Luka Doncic is a clear goal of executive Rob Pelinka. And Lauri Markkanen is a great option to be the Lakers' third star. He's an expensive player, but it will be worth it, especially considering that Austin Reaves declined a new contract extension and will be a free agent in 2026. Big trade suggestion: Lakers sign Lauri Markkanen. The Los Angeles Lakers made the offseason addition of DeAndre Ayton in hopes of strengthening their frontcourt after being demolished in the paint to end the 2024-25 season. But heading into next year, the Lakers will have to decide if they think Ayton can be a key piece on a championship-winning team. But if they don't have trust in their newest center, Los Angeles could make a blockbuster trade to add one of the top big men in the league. In a mock trade by Bleacher Report, the Lakers could land Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz in a 3-team deal with the Miami Heat. By month's end he'll be back in Salt Lake City with a team that went 17-65 last season and might not be any better this season. Is this what Markkanen signed up for when he inked a 5-year contract extension with the Jazz worth nearly $240 million in August 2024? Mark Stein wrote. The 7-footer is entering his 9th NBA season and has still yet to play in a single playoff game. Count on Utah's phones ringing often between now and February with trade interest in the finisher. Markkanen signed a 5-year, $238 million deal with the Jazz last summer. The Lakers were reportedly interested in him this offseason, and though his defensive ability wouldn't fit their rim protection issues, he would come in as a major offensive contributor. Full Lakers, Markkanen trade. As the Lakers look fully set to enter the Doncic era, they are already looking for another star to pair alongside him. As LeBron James is in the twilight of his career, Rob Pelinka and the franchise will hope to find a player who both fits well with Doncic and can take on a decently sized defensive burden. In steps Markkanen, who over the past 3 seasons has averaged 23 points and 7.7 rebounds on 47.3% shooting on a Utah team that has yet to win more than 40 games with him on the team. A full trade for the Lakers acquiring Markkanen would look something like this, according to Bleacher Report. Lakers receive Lauri Markkanen. Jazz receive Terry Rozier, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dalton Knecht, a 2026 first-round pick from LA, a 2031 first-round pick from LA and a 2031 first-round pick from Miami. Heat receive Austin Reaves and SBI Mykhailiuk. The Lakers would lose Hachimura, Knecht, Vincent, and most importantly, Reaves. Landing Markkanen would help boost Los Angeles' offense. However, Reaves has proved extremely valuable on that side of the ball for the Lakers over the past few years, and losing him would likely have some impact on their overall scoring. The Jazz would have to give up Markkanen and another player with a smaller contract, but to land that haul of young players on smaller contracts makes the mock trade at least somewhat appealing for the floundering franchise. Why a trade could work. The Lakers make this deal because it puts a running mate next to Doncic. Markkanen would be someone who could better fit around the perimeter player compared to someone like James or Reaves, and could be a great pick-and-roll partner with Doncic. As a floor spacer flanking Luka's pick-and-rolls with other bigs, the screener in those actions himself, a cutter or transition finisher, Markkanen would feast on defenses compromised by Luka, Andy Bailey wrote. And though he probably won't be an all-defense contender anytime soon, he works hard on that end, takes up way more space than Reaves and would boost LA's rebounding. The Jazz are in tanking mode, now looking forward to the 2026 NBA draft in hopes of landing AJ Dybantsa to add to their already young roster. As they look to go ahead with players like Ace Bailey, Walker Kessler, and Kyle Filipowski, Markkanen seems closer to being on his way out rather than a long-term staple of the franchise. The objectives here are pretty clear for Utah. This deal makes the Jazz worse in the short term. That's good for lottery odds, Bailey wrote. The deal also clears the runway for more development for younger forwards like Ace Bailey, this year's 5th pick. Markkanen's contract and injury history would be the only things holding back the Lakers from making this deal. He has yet to play in more than 70 regular season games and is one of the highest paid players in the league, but that hasn't stopped LA from making a major trade like this in the past. Plus, without James and Reaves on the payroll, it would free up much more cap space for Markkanen's nearly $50 million per year salary. Lakers get DeAndre Ayton. Nell fans absolutely didn't want. The Los Angeles Lakers have made a bold move by picking up DeAndre Ayton, and while there is some real upside here, not everyone is buying in. In fact, as soon as the second Charles Barkley started hyping it up, you could hear the collective groan from Lakers fans across the internet. Why? Because when Barkley starts gassing up a player, it usually goes one of two ways, bad or worse. You know what's going to be different? He's going to be a free agent, Barkley said on the Bill Simmons podcast. Those are the most dangerous guys. If he doesn't ball out playing with LeBron, James, or Luka Doncic, he's never going to ball out. You talk about the perfect scenario. Charles Barkley's praise has Lakers fans nervous. Barkley has a long, proud history of jinxing players, teams, coaches, entire playoff runs, you name it. If Chuck calls you dangerous, you might want to double-check your footing. His praise is like saying what could go wrong before a horror movie jump scare. Still, setting the Barkley curse aside, Ayton does land in one of the best spots of his career. Playing alongside LeBron and Luka, two of the smartest and most unselfish stars in the game, means Ayton will not be asked to do too much. He just needs to do his job. Rebound, protect the rim, run the floor, and stay locked in. That is the catch. Ayton has all the tools you want in a modern big. He has the size, the soft touch, mobility, a smooth jumper, and enough length to be a serious presence in the paint. But for years now, the conversation has not been about his skill, it has been about his effort, and whether he really wants it. His numbers with the Portland Trail Blazers last season, 14.4 points and 10.2 rebounds, look fine on paper. They did not translate into impact. Too often, he disappeared. Games would go by where you would forget he was even on the court. That just can't happen in Los Angeles. The Lakers need him to be reliable and fully engaged. This roster is not going to be waiting around for him to figure it out. At 27 years old, this is the heart of his prime. A strong season could lead to a massive deal in 2026. Another flat one? That is how you end up bouncing around team to team on short-term deals. The opportunity is there. The path is clear. But with Barkley already calling it the perfect scenario, fans can't help but brace for the worst. If there's one thing shakier than Ayton's motor, it's Barkley's predictions. Lakers' biggest offseason move was not any of their roster upgrades. The upgraded version of Luka Doncic is the biggest difference maker for the Los Angeles Lakers. WME Recap 4. Internal improvements can often be the best kind on a year-to-year basis for an NBA team. All of the Los Angeles Lakers' offseason moves in 2025 will pale in comparison to what Luka Doncic has given the team through the dedication to his body during this summer. That fact is so undeniable that it even had Kevin O'Connor immediately addressing the matter on a recent episode of his show for Yahoo Sports. Before getting into any of the offseason roster changes, the NBA analyst tipped his hat to the Lakers superstar. O'Connor said, "The biggest acquisition is probably skinny Luka. If Luka can maintain being in good shape from October through April, and take that into the postseason, if this is his first MVP season, anytime you have a player of that caliber, you've got a shot." Doncic is a player who feels overdue for the first MVP of his impressive young career. With the way everything has been lining up for the Slovenian superstar, the Lakers are poised to be the big beneficiaries of Luka's incredible form ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. Luka Doncic already proving just how dangerous Lakers can be. There was a time during Doncic's run through the 2024 NBA playoffs where the question began to surface of whether the former Dallas Mavericks superstar was in contention for being the best player in the world. That Luka magic has not existed in the same form since. Injuries and an unexpected detour in his career path made the 2024-25 NBA season a rather forgettable one, from an individual performance standpoint, for the 26-year-old. Doncic never looked quite right last season. All the belief needed in that no longer being the case can be found in his Eurobasket 2025 performances. Doncic has looked the part of the best player at the tournament. Going for the MVP? Through his first 5 games, Luka has averaged 32.4 points, 8.0 rebounds, 8.4 assists, 3.2 steals, and 0.8 blocks per game. Doncic has led his national team to a 3-2 record through the group phase, locking up a spot for Slovenia in the round of 16. One could easily argue that Luka's numbers look more impressive due to the heavy load he is forced to carry for his country as its lone NBA player. However, the juxtaposing position to that would highlight just how well Doncic has handled that responsibility. The Lakers' superstar point guard will have far more support in Los Angeles when training camp starts. If Doncic can raise Slovenia in the way he has, it is difficult not to wonder just what can be done for the Lakers. Luka Doncic becomes Slovenia's all-time leading scorer. Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic has been using his new and improved physique to lead his native Slovenia through Eurobasket 2025. Slovenia clinched a spot in the round of 16 in the tournament after Doncic and company led the team to a win over Iceland. Slovenia followed it up with a dominant win over Israel, setting themselves up well ahead of the elimination rounds. Luka has looked incredible during pool play as he leads all players in scoring with 32.4 points. He's also second in assists with 8.4 per game and 8th in total rebounds with 8.0 a game. Doncic's all-around game has powered an underdog Slovenia team and gives them an outside shot of beating even the toughest teams left in the tournament. Following the win against Israel, Doncic celebrated becoming Slovenia's all-time leading scorer in international play, via the national team's official account. Doncic surpassed previous all-time leading scorer Goran Dragic, who held the record with 1,095 points. Doncic reached the 1,100-point mark after his 37-point explosion against Israel, cementing his status as Slovenia's greatest player in history. This offseason, Luka proved all his doubters wrong when it came to his dieting and conditioning, and he's reaping the benefits of his hard work as he looks far more agile and quicker on the court. Slovenia lives and dies with Doncic's offensive production, and he's delivered as the stakes continue to grow during Eurobasket. As far as the Lakers are concerned, seeing their star player dominate international competition has to have the organization feeling good about their 2025-26 prospects. Doncic is being touted as an early MVP favorite because of all the motivation he has following his emotional trade from the Dallas Mavericks, and it seems like he's just getting started. The Lakers did well this offseason to surround Doncic with quality veteran pieces to help the team's championship hopes, but the team understands that he and LeBron James will largely be responsible for their success. For now, Doncic is focused on Eurobasket, but it won't be long before he turns his sights to the NBA regular season. Pau Gasol super excited for Luka Doncic to lead Lakers during 2025-26 season. The Lakers and its fanbase are beyond excited for Luka Doncic and what he might do in his first full year with the purple and gold. Pau Gasol is one of the notable names who are looking forward to Doncic leading Los Angeles this upcoming season and expressed his excitement.